Top ways parents screwed up their kids. According to Reddit. I really hope that the little noise that my stomach made did not make it through into the video. Fuck me, man. Number 15. My therapist has been making me realize that my dad and stepmom don't validate my emotions and has been trying to teach them how to. It's crazy because I never really noticed it before. If I'd get upset about something, my dad would always just be like, "Don't get upset," or "You don't need to cry," things of that nature. Well, some people only know how to deal with things one way. So then when they have kids, they expect those kids to work exactly like they did and to deal with the things that they dealt with the same way they dealt with them. Because it worked for them, it must work for everybody. It's not usually malicious. It's just a little ignorant. Number 14. Therapist here also. I see a number of teens, and some of the things that I've noticed in the population that really does a number on them are parents failing to keep their promises and consistently repeating the promises and never fulfilling them. Yeah, and then they'll forget it like the next day. So, clean slate as far as they're concerned. When your child does something wrong, don't sweep it under the carpet. Be passive aggressive. Hey. Damn, Jumbo Cat. Didn't even leave a message with it. What a baller. I appreciate you. That's the first donation of the year, and it warms my heart to know that you went the extra mile to be so supportive. I appreciate you, and I hope that you know that when it comes to you, you're gonna need a Jumbo Cat to fit what you do to me. Get it? I think it's kind of a stretch, but not as big a stretch as I'm gonna be putting on you and that cat. See, I brought it back around. Continuing, not trusting them enough, always in helicopter mode. Well, helicopter parents, what are you gonna do? Not validating their feelings. It's okay for you to be angry. Anger is an emotion. Your kids have the right to feel that. This also goes for not encouraging them to discuss their emotions. Oh my God. Some of my favorite memes are pretty much what I like to call a reversal, where the parents basically drill something into your head as far as wanting you to not do a certain thing. Like they try to reinforce a certain type of behavior. And then the reversal is them just going, "Why aren't you like this? Why aren't you like that?" You know what I mean? Like they don't want you to cry when you're upset. They don't want you to, get angry or be loud when you're mad. Yet later in the road, like say somebody dies, say something happens, and then you're not emotional enough for them. You're not showing it the way that they show it. It's good stuff. The last holdout, I appreciate you. Took you a while to subscribe to my Twitch, but eventually you did it. I guess you could hold out no longer. That's not something you should be proud of, so move on. It's kind of like that one meme where the parents are just like, "You better not get no boyfriend, no girlfriend. I don't want none of that. You better not have no boyfriend or girlfriend." And then when you're like, 19, they're like, "So how come you ain't married yet?" It's like, oh, wait a minute. Do you think that if I just stand in the right spot, like the dudes will be throwing the rings up in the air, and then when they fall, it's, oh shit, I caught it. And the guy's like, "Well, them's the rules." Oh my God. Another thing parents do is not apologize when they should. Oh, that's going to be this whole list, bro. Is parents never, even when they're wrong and they're forced to acknowledge they're wrong, they are not going to follow through with any sort of apology. Boy, not to throw my mom anywhere, but I'm sure it's happened to y'all. I can't tell you how many times I've been hung up on by that lady, to the point where it's just like, I didn't even know how to react to that. And it's less of a, I don't know. You ever just think to yourself, when somebody is a killer or a thief, or, they're physically violent with somebody and they harm them, when they don't deserve it, like non-self-defense. And you think to yourself, holy shit, I could never in a million years do that. Like, I just couldn't bring myself to do that unless it was life or death. I'm talking fight or flight, cornered like an animal reflex or instinct manifesting within me. It would need to be some crazy scenario where a portion of me honestly kind of blacks out before I would ever be able to come to certain types of behavior. That's what it's like with family sometimes. They do some shit and you think to yourself, motherfucker, would I ever do that to another person, let alone a friend, let alone a family member? And they expect you to get treated like that, like it's all fine. You know what you could do? Shut the hell up. And when it matters, though, oh my God, not apologizing when you should. You are humans. And as much as your child is you are human as much as your child, irrespective of how he or she is. When you are in the wrong, say sorry and talk about what you can do differently next time. You are setting a positive model for your child. Please remember this. A lack of communication is the last thing, and I cannot emphasize even how many teens I see, or clients in general, lack communication skills. Well, I would imagine the best case scenario for some people with messed up parents is that they try to be everything that they were denied, and that will make them better. Oh crap, I'm waking up to you. Oh boy, it's a big voice, guys, It's a real big voice. It's a big, big voice. Sorry. Hellish Revamped says, hey, Gucci, sexy people. How sexy? How do you know that they're sexy? I don't even know if they're sexy. Okay? If you have been getting some sort of pamphlet with the sexitude of everybody on it, and I don't get it, you know what I mean? I must need to show y'all my telomerase research. Cause you're using my research. Jumbo Cat says, Happy New Year. Love you. Keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate you so much. And I'm glad that, this has any kind of spot in your life. I'm the lucky one. Thank you. Is that a picture of a dog? I'm beyond interested if that's a dog. This channel doesn't have any content. Well done, YouTube. I was trying to look at the picture. Oh no, it's a picture of a cat. That's so, God, the thumbnail was kind of confusing to me at that, it's my cat cleaning itself. Great. You gave me a good eye full of that. Appreciate it. As we continue up this list, we arrive at number 13. Actual therapist here, not offering their children unconditional love. Well, listen, man, unconditional love sounds scary as hell. And if we go by what the Bible teaches, we're supposed to love a person, just not what they do. Meaning, y'all could do some pretty messed up stuff and I'm still supposed to love you, but I can't, love what you do. That would just be incorrect. I can't love what you do, Jeez, doesn't matter. No, put those boobs away. It doesn't matter. You can't do these bad things. Again, I'm the type of guy where it's like, hey, as long as you're not hurting anybody, you're an adult. If you're involving other adults, as long as it's consensual, whatever. As long as there isn't a 20-year gap, goddamn. All right. When a child does something wrong, it's important to explain to them what they've done wrong. It's a matter of saying, I love you, so I want to explain why this is an issue for me. Parents need to be open to a conversation with their children about why something is an issue instead of storming off or shouting at them. Children need to feel loved no matter what, and that's honestly the most valuable thing that I've learned as a therapist. Boy, as I'm reading these, I'm realizing that many parents, of course, are not going to have any time. They're not going to have any tolerance for this mamby-pamby ass bullshit. They know how to be raising their own child, they'll think to themselves. And no book learning, smart boy therapist with his degrees is gonna tell me how to raise my boy. Grow up to be one of them softies, one of them ice cream licks. bending over so he can get a better view of the balls of a unicorn. What does it mean? I don't know, man. This is just what I hear them say, you know. Number 12. Here are a few things. Cry it out and other forms of emotional disconnect/neglect. Look into Dr. Bruce's work on the impacts of neglect. I think this is just another iteration of them saying, yeah, you need to, I want to say, reinforce that feeling is normal, it's human, and it shouldn't be something that should just be suppressed because, oh, you know, you need to get over it, you need to toughen up, you need to be a man, blah, blah, blah. That's what turns people into killers, boy, is not having an outlet, you know? I'll be honest, I told you guys, there's this one movie clip, dude, it's a 2-minute clip from a movie series that I loved, that of course was an adaptation of a bunch of books, and it just comes at a moment where it's so dope that I can't, I clearly have Discord open somewhere, so that's fantastic. Let me find it. Forgive me, ladies and gentlemen. How very not yeem of me. But you know what? With your help, you and I together can find a little bit of that Discord window tonight. I've closed about 7 different windows. I can't find the Discord window. Ain't that a bitch? Hey, it's a picture of Dia. Oh my god, it's the last frame of her ending the stream. It's not a very flattering shot, but I'll show it anyway. Oh, I'm hilarious. In case any of you guys are curious, Dia streams on Twitch at Dia de los Muertos. And that's twitch.tv/Dia de los Muertos. You can find my Twitch link in the description. You should follow me before you go follow or note Dia. Man, that's a bad frame. She's much better in motion. Let me find you. What? Oh, here she is. There you go. Okay. So everything's fine.
They were down to 1 car, and everybody works now, so they needed the car a bit more than I did.
Right. Wait, I can't just... Why does a big triangle come up in the whatever? As we continue down this entry, controlling behavior. I didn't freaking close the Discord. Okay, so we need to find that because that was why... Who the fuck is in the Discord making all this freaky ass noise while I'm in the middle of a stream? Like the Discord exists for anything more than sending out notifications to people and other people embarrassing themselves. But wouldn't this be an instance of people embarrassing themselves, Kyle? I suppose it would be. Let's take a trip on a rocket ship sailing through the sky, little Einstein, right? Yeah. I found it. Let's see who makey the noisy. Gaming. Oh, hey, did y'all know I'm streaming? That's so cool. Wow. Motherfuckers. It would be unreasonable for me to ban them. That would be Kyle establishing terrible ways to screw up kids. You know what I mean? You know, they deserve better than that. I'm not gonna screw them like that. Alright. Controlling behaviors, it backfires. Have a chunky kid. Do not try and control the food. Look at the underlying purpose of overeating. Controlling the access to food will develop an unhealthy relationship with food. Is that alright? Number 3, reduce the amount that you praise your kids. Encouraging is far more effective. You work hard and... What was that -10 about? I saw that. Like the little bar took -10. Reduce the amount that you praise your kids. It's not awful, but encouragement is far more effective. You worked hard on that. You must be proud. Versus you're amazing. Strange. Neglect in general. Abuse sucks, but at a minimum, the victim can sometimes externalize their experience. But neglect, that's damn near guaranteed internalized victimization. These are just words to the layman. You gotta explain it in a way where people know what the hell you're saying. This person doesn't even care whether people know what the hell they're saying. Well, I guess he's not here to give out free therapy, huh? Ongoing trauma, seeing your mom get a black eye or getting hit by any one parent at a time is easier to dismiss than constant abuse or mistreatment. Even if the constant abuse is less harsh, it is the normalization of the behavior. Ugh. I don't want this to turn into a dark, kind of sad list. It should be happy-go-lucky, you know? Everybody like the video and tell me how your day went. Tell me how your night went. I imagine that would be the more interesting portion of the day, right? Depending on who you are. I mean, I just slept through New Year's and then woke up. What's it all about? Guess we're in a new year now, huh? Isn't that wild? Isn't that weird? Crazy? Number 11. I'm a therapist. Probably the biggest and most common F-up I see is the parents shaming their child for having their own identity and personal interests separate from the parents. Can you imagine? It's like they're their own person or something. This guy thinks he's people. Sheila, get in here. Just support your kid and don't try to force them to be someone they're not. Don't call them weird or tell them that what they like is stupid. Show interest in the things that they like and let them teach you about those things. Or you could distance yourself from them now so that in the future they normalize the distance and want nothing to do with you. Come on, isn't that better? Also, don't take it personally if your child is not an exact replica of you. Can you imagine? Like, that worked out so great. How could we not want to? You know, kids are human, and like all humans, despite all our similarities, there are vast differences as well. It's like parents become crazy somewhere between getting knocked up and having that kid. You used to be a people too, right? You used to have a brain that functioned and recognized that there were differences from person to person. And yes, many normies, regardless of how different they may be, want to jump on a bandwagon and act exactly as they see other people act and fit a mold that is carved out for them by society or maybe even just the desires of other people. But you must recognize that people who don't care about any of that are gonna want to be who they want to be, and very different those people will be. But then boom, we got a kid now, and you're just this fucker. You're just this insane person in the head where it's just like, that person should be exactly like me. I don't know, man. Parents are crazy. And like, I don't blame them, because your life ended when you had this kid. Your life ended now. Because keeping that thing alive is now your responsibility. Ain't that wild? Now listen. I'm going to say something to the men in this chat right now, and I know it's going to sound like another sexist Kyle rant or whatever. Calm down, ladies. I love you and you big titties. Calm down. Mwah. Okay. Men, have you ever had a girlfriend and thought about the fact that if that girl dies, you in trouble? You know what I'm talking about? It don't matter. It doesn't matter. You don't have to do anything. Of course you're innocent. But if she died in the middle of the night, even if they didn't suspect you, even if the police weren't all over your balls, what you gonna say to her family? And they're gonna hate you naturally. You know what I mean? And of course, I'm talking about a scenario, I guess, in which we're living together. You know what I mean? Like, we're sharing space. It wouldn't just be like, oh, y'all both going to school and you're both just girlfriend and boyfriend. I mean, like, live in girlfriend and boyfriend. You a suspect, dude. You gotta break. What you gonna say to their family, dude? Ugh. See, if the guy died, there would be thousands of people there to console the obviously distraught widow. But the man, dude, the anxiety might be enough to just have some people go, nope, I ain't dealing with that. Googling noose videos right now. Sorry. That's not funny. That's not cute. Why does Stripe say I'm a time bomb? Is this her new hit single that she's writing? Boys, I'm a time bomb, 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 boom, 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 bomb. I gotta stop making all this stupid noise. This girl can't be asleep anymore, all this noise I'm making. Well, if it isn't Linda, lovely Linda Love, with a wrench in the chat. Creepy Nico 13, lucky number, Nico, with a coin in the chat. Nico says, are you not supposed to use the Discord during the stream? I didn't know. If not, my bad. Not at all. I'm just giving you guys shit. It is completely and utterly my fault for having the Discord window open while going into the stream. You know, not everybody is, I want to say, able to listen to a stream at all times. So I imagine, say I were more popular and in the future somebody wanted to talk to other people in the Discord because they couldn't, listen to anything, maybe because of the situation they were in, maybe they were at work, or they just, they can't have headphones on or whatever, and they just want to be talking in the Discord, they're free to do that. I was just giving them a little bit of shit because my monkey ass left open the Discord window. Nothing personnel, kid. As we continue up this list, we arrive at number 10. No, not that noise. No, please, God, stop. Constant invalidation. You shouldn't feel sad. Boy, this whole list is just like a big repeat. You're being too hyper, and that is why you are being punished. Wow. Seems innocent enough, even without context. Shouldn't feel sad is a problematic statement, though. People feel what they feel, regardless of the context. So you need to talk to your child and ask, why are you sad? Is it because you are being punished? Timeout won't last forever and only have 1 minute left. I still love you, blah, blah, blah. Whatever works for you or your family dynamic, but the children need to be able to appropriately label their feelings from a young age. I am sad because I didn't get what I wanted. I can do better in the future and maybe get what I want. Boom. I'm out of a job. Hint. There are many parents who cannot do this, and they cannot teach their children to do it either. And that's the truth, dude. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And I'll tell you what makes it's not just sex that makes a relationship with a partner so satisfying. Sometimes it's having somebody that you can be honest and real with without I wouldn't call it the fear, but without the assurance that you're going to have something swatted to the ground. You shouldn't feel that way, And how many times have you thought to yourself, is the implication that I shouldn't feel a certain way because somebody else has it worse a thing? Can you imagine if, we can't feel hungry because somebody else somewhere is hungrier? We can't be happy because somebody else somewhere else is happier? It just doesn't work like that. Oh, boy. Just doesn't work like that. The last holdout says, hey, Kyle, did you actually want into sofa law? Sure. Yeah. I have to do research on this guy for this weird series that I'm doing. Better be careful too. That was one of my few rules on YouTube, is not to focus on people, because that's how YouTube comes after you. Because then I'm the bully. Can you imagine a black man getting struck for hate speech against black people? Strange. That's YouTube though. We don't like that word. You can't say that. Is this not a makeup tutorial? You got me fucked up. And I said, wow, I have YouTube fucked up. I was listening to this bitch today, and she kept saying? She kept saying, this ain't it, sis. But not ironically. She kept saying it over and over and over and over and over again. And it was so cringe, And hey, to each their own. They're not hurting anybody by saying that dumbass phrase. But it reminded me of like how some girls can get away with just about anything, because people will, of course, you know, just put up with it or fake laugh to try to get in between them titties. Pretty insane, guys. I should have a list like that. What BS did you put up with out of a woman that made you roll your eyes, but you had to exercise restraint because you was trying to get in those jeans? Baby good, baby tight. Tell me, is there any room for me? I'm not being a loser. There is a song called "In Those Jeans," and if you haven't heard it, let me personally risk getting this video struck for copyright infringement. In those jeans. I gotta be able to play some like it's by a dude named Genuine. Oh my god. In those jeans. Any room for me in those jeans? Enough. I'm sorry. Oh my god. Does anybody, you know, I don't know who this channel appeals to at the end of the day. It's because I've been too insane. As a matter of fact, I should put out a song, but Dia's always here, and I don't want her to see me that gay. Problematic. All right, here we go. Did I finish that one? Yeah. Number 9. Not a therapist. This ought to be good. But I'm speaking from experience. Oh, poor guy. You know, his parents did their best. At the end of the day, hey, I'm not roasting parents in this list. I love you, parents. You've done your job. And as far as Kyle is concerned, your job was keeping those little bastards alive long enough for them to figure out walking and making a couple of bucks on their own to support themselves. And you did a fantastic job, my dude. Even I'm barely figuring out supporting myself. But my peoples did a great job. And by peoples, I mean one. And by one, I'm talking about moms. Number 9. Not a therapist, but speaking from experience. If you ignore the signs of your child's obvious neurological cognitive disorders because you don't want to have to change your daily routine to accommodate your child's needs, god damn, that's not where I thought this is going, and I'm sorry to interject so quickly. If I were to guess why many parents would ignore their disorders in their children, it's because some parents don't believe in that shit. Did you know that? Some parents, or some people, when they're old enough, they just don't take stake in panic attacks. They don't take stake in anxiety disorders. They don't take stake in a lot of bullshit. And some of them are so stubborn that, you know, even if they took the kid to the doctor and got medication for a diagnosed issue, they probably wouldn't let the kids take it because they're stubborn and up their own ass like that. And they think that they know better than somebody that's been through fucking years of medical training. But the idea that someone is just so lazy, or what's the word here? Oh, I don't want to modify my routine to accommodate this little bastard and his needs. Wow. You don't want to be one of those parents with the special kid. Congratulations. You didn't have to be parents with the special kid. Now you have to be the parents with the special adult who still lives in your house and will require daily care for the rest of their life for conditions you failed to treat in formative years. Thank you and have a nice day. Ugh. That is insane, dude. That is insane. Hey, you better shut the hell up, Stripes. I'm really not trying to hear that. Because, ironically, it's actually pretty funny. Like, if I had a gay friend that kept calling me sis, that shit'd be kind of funny. Because it'd be like, you better shut the hell up. You know what I mean? Not because I have a problem with it, but because it's just like, oh, stop. Just imagine it. And here's the thing. I love a good troll as much as the next guy. Sometimes, like I've said before in the past, the art of it is what's funny. If I say to you that I love vampires because of the way that they turn on the full moon, you know what I mean? And then I gave it a minute until somebody went, that's not vampires, that's werewolves. And you go, I got you, motherfucker. I got you. That's the joke. This is at your expense. You know what I mean? That's the comedy. So if somebody was out here going, this ain't it, sis, this ain't it, sis, that ain't it, sis, over and over until it just drove me freaking crazy because my rage is where the comedy comes from, hey, applaud to you. But they were saying it because they liked it. They were saying it over and over because for some reason it was just fine in their fucking brain to say it over and over. Like this is their Five Nights at Freddy's or this is their Sonic the Hedgehog, where it's like they could just have that phrase slapping out of their mouth all freaking day and not feel any way. Oh God, yeah. Let me blend up my thoughts with some big titties to get this nonsense out of my head, man. My mom is a bad influence on my health. Girl, get away from your mom. Or boy, get away from your mom. You have your phone. Your phone is a world. You want to know what I want for the future? I want us to actually have an ability to somehow interface with like a VR chat kind of world. And I don't want to say have time stop. That would be ridiculous. But a little more ridiculous than interfacing with a VR chat world. But for us to just get away, you know? I want you to get away. I want you to fly away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You guys want to feel like poets? Find somebody I can't even joke about. I can't even joke about people who weren't around a couple of years ago without thinking of Lucas now. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. This channel can't turn into that. God damn it. Dia's trying to sleep, guys. Dia's trying to sleep. Raphael said, like, Sword Art Online, Kyle. And, like, I get what he's trying to say, but just seeing the name of that anime. You son of a bitch. My dude says, I do get away from my mom, and that is probably a bigger problem than my health. Well, I wish you the best, and I hope that this year, as I wish it with everybody, is the opportunity to turn a new leaf, you know? What does that even mean? Fuck me. Broccoli says, the way my parents treated me, didn't treat me was why I moved out when I could. I went back because I thought they changed, but they didn't, so I left again. Well, hey, the sad truth, and I hope you guys really understand this at an early age, is that some people don't change and then they die. You know what I mean? It was never in the cards, so to speak. It was never in the cards. As we continue up this list, number 8, therapist here. The most common thing that I hear from clients is that they never had proper modeling of emotions, and they now have the inability to identify or articulate their own emotions effectively. The most common intervention that I use when clients, or with clients, is to show them the wheel of emotion. Let's get in here. Bros, I can't do this. This is nuts. So we got like happy, sad, surprised, bad, fearful, angry, and disgusted in here. It's a pretty cool little wheel. I'll post this wheel in the Discord if you guys are interested. Big titties. Big titties. Wait, did it even post? Is that how it works? Can I copy and paste an image? You probably can't do that. Save it again. And then upload the image. You could have done this after the stream. You didn't save it to the desktop, did you? Who knows where you saved it? Probably saved it in that fucking folder with all the Lucas videos. Unbelievable. There it is. It's in the Discord, the movie. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Tell me, share with me what the lists make you feel on the wheel of emotion. Okay, so the therapist shows them the wheel of emotion and encourages them to check in with it a few times a day. I like to do it when I refill my water bottle. Check in with it. Shocked, dismayed, disillusioned, perplexed, astonished, in awe, eager, energetic. Energetic is surprised? Excited is surprised? I would slot excited as happy, guys. I don't know, man. I think these are just a bunch of synonyms for fucking words. Sitting next to other words on a dumbass wheel. Do whatever you want to do, though, therapists. As we continue to number 7, social worker here, and I've been so for 25 years. Inconsistencies. Poor kiddo never knows how to react because they never get a consistent response. Well, yeah. And this is all I'm saying is that, yeah, you're going to run into a lot of people with problems expressing their emotions because it was never a fucking safe environment for them to do so at home. Whether it was them, negating or, invalidating their emotions in the way of like, oh, you shouldn't feel that bad because blank, or this ain't nothing. Wait until you have real struggles and then you just learn to shut the hell up. Sometimes it would generate a negative reaction. So think about it like this. How many times have you probably lied to a parent because you knew that the reaction would be negative? Not because you've necessarily done anything bad, but you knew that to them, it would be enough of a big deal to just cause a piece of, it'd be Armageddon. It'd be Holocaust too. And here's the thing. Maybe you have parents. Maybe you have a mom that occasionally was hormonal. And it really wouldn't matter what happened. It could be anything. And it would set them over the damn edge. So you needed to learn to just keep it all inside, baby. Save it for somebody else. Save it for literally a stranger walking across the street. He could be jaywalking too. That's how you know he's cool. Kyle does not condone the act of jaywalking, Unless you're trying to be cool, nigga. I'm kidding. It's a joke, right? Look both ways before you cross the damn street. How about that? Number 6, ignoring a child's emotional life by scolding them for having one or telling them to suck it up. It's remarkable the amount of clients that I see that need to learn that having feelings is okay and not cause for alarm or punishment. So I was wrong. I figured this whole list would just be about the parents never acknowledging when they're wrong or apologizing, or basically here's like the mantra of a parent: do as I say, not as I do. And it makes your parents the biggest hypocrites that you end up having very big difficulty respecting, because they push all this bullshit and talk all this mad shit on other people, but they don't do the very things that they're asking you to do. And over time, you see that this breaks down in like fundamental ways, even as it pertains to manners. They don't ask people permission. They don't say please or thank you. You know what I mean? It's kind of wild. Like the very things that they would expect to be instilling in you, they are not reflecting. But instead, this whole list seems to just be about, people not getting the opportunity to have their emotions validated. And therefore, I guess the kids are screwed up in a way where they don't know how to show it. And that's sad because, hopefully when you link up with your first girl or boy in a union, I don't know, you should be able to, what's the word? Just like freely and naturally express yourself without, in confidence, without fear of having some kind of backlash or them telling you, oh, it's not that big a deal, blah, blah, blah. You know how it is. Well, that's number 6, which brings us to the final 5 on this list. Wow. Behavioral therapist here. Catch your kids being good. Parents are always telling kids what they did wrong. You have to balance it out by telling them what they are doing right. I like that. I like the phrase, catch your kids doing good. What are you kids doing in here? We ain't doing nothing, goddamn, Mom. I'm proud of y'all. Good. Y'all sitting in here, y'all eating at the table. Y'all going to church or whatever corny ass crap, little kids do to stay out of trouble. Good job. Proud of y'all, Here is $5 towards some V-Bucks. That is for all of y'all. So find yourself some 200 V-Buck emotes. Split it up between y'all, man. I don't have time. Damn, Mom, you You could have gave us $10. Give me that back. Punk ass kids. Number 4, teaching them that failure is unacceptable / a sign of laziness, or that they just didn't want it enough. What? Damn. It results in people who can't take no for an answer or stay in terrible situations because of what they've chosen. So they have to make it work. Yeah, there's a difference, my dudes, between being strong and assertive and being a stubborn fool. You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of women struggle with, is the confusion between, being assertive and putting your foot down and just being a dumb, stubborn bitch who keeps doing the same thing over and over when nobody wants to deal with you. That's like your legacy and you don't even know it. You're Karening out. You're Karening to the next level. It's like the next generation. Space. The final frontier. You're doing Star Trek shit right now? Come on, man. These are the voyages of the Kyle Stream Enterprise. Its continuing mission to get through this list. Number 3, psychologist here. Parents are frequently their child's first bully. My man, you said it right. That's a psychologist. There it is. Oh, parents are frequently their child's first bully. Number 1 thing is probably being too distracted by addictions, grief, mental health issues to be emotionally present for their child. Too many adults walking around unaware of their worth because they were never shown or told that they matter. Look, BRB gotta translate this onto some damn kids. I love my problems. I love to project them onto these kids. Bitch, it's your fault. Arts says, I don't like how they show out in public, but they want you to be on your best behavior. Parents. Well, what else do they have going on in their life, I guess, when you think about it? Aerodil says 4 is very similar to what I grew up with. Linda says, did you remember to like? Linda, I couldn't find the gun icon on my phone the other day. It was really lame. It was really lame. All I could find was that water gun. Did they take it away? Number 2. Made the child take turn or take care of the parent's emotions. It's supposed to be the other way around. You control your sadness, anger, disappointment. Don't make your kid anticipate your emotional response and work to regulate you. This is pretty profound. This is exactly what I was trying to articulate earlier in saying, it's like a fucking minefield. You know what I mean? I used to genuinely regard certain situations as lose-lose situations where it was just like, what's the smaller loss? It was like war. You know what I mean? And sometimes you're just going to lose. But which is the bigger loss? And how do you mitigate that? How do you get around a bigger loss? You know what I'm talking about? So in situations where it's just like you're gauging a response to something, and it's not a big deal, dude. It's not like law breaking. It's not like wrongdoing. It's not even like deliberate things. There are accidents. And this is what I used to like. I used to genuinely be scared of this. The idea of like having a person, let alone a fucking kid. Don't even worry about it being a kid. I was scared of having a person that was so used to me being angry or blowing up as a response that even if they were in trouble, they didn't want to call me. They wouldn't want to tell me. They wouldn't want to admit it to me, that they would withhold that information from me because they figured, I would have a negative response to it. I'd rather die than be that person. But we're all different. We're all different, and I believe that in having children, these people whose kids are ending up in psychiatrists and psychologists and therapists' offices, their parents just changed in between the time that they had kids and the time that they were kids and then they had kids. And I'm not saying it's 100% their fault either. We're all like Rubik's cubes, and everybody can't solve a damn Rubik's cube. And some cubes don't need to be solved. Some people were already fucked up by their own parents, so when they have kids, what the hell else they got to pass on but madness? It's pretty sad, but that's the way that it goes. Here's hoping everybody's having a fantastic beginning of the year. Nothing makes me want to run to pee more than getting to the end of these lists. It's like my body anticipates it sometimes. Holy crap. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we are at the end of this list of top ways that parents screwed up their kids, here we are at number 1. Hello, Alice Blessing. Let's complete this. Where? Actual therapist. Failing to admit when you're wrong. Nice, it made it to number 1. Kids need to see adults fail, and that it's okay. Take your lumps with grace, and they'll learn to do the same as they get older. Fight and deny, and they'll do one of 2 things. Never learn that it's okay to make mistakes, therefore stressing out if they do or worrying that they might. Or 2, never learn to admit those mistakes and end up being a huge fucking nuisance, which amusingly tells you what the parents are being when they refuse to acknowledge those mistakes as well. Again, man, I don't think it's crazier. I don't think anything's crazier than just being wrong and not like humbly bowing the fuck out of a scenario. Come on now. Wait a minute, what's going on in this clip? Are we watching Fortnite clips? What the fuck? How? Oh my god. They were the trees the whole time. They were the trees. I can't believe it. There's a Christmas tree skin in the game that comes with its own emote that allows you to kind of like T-pose, but with your arms a little bit lower. They were I can't believe this. And that Christmas gift, when you throw it at the ground, it like becomes the interior of the gift. So when they threw the box down on the ground, the tree dudes sprung into action and just destroyed this guy. That is so messed up. I can't believe that as a dude that plays the game, I couldn't even notice that they were trees. Wow. Well, there you go. Linda says an 8 out of 10 for the thumbnail tonight. I appreciate that. You guys, stay perky. Keep those big titties in check. And, stay out of trouble, man. You guys made it to another year. A lot of people can't say that they did that. There are probably people who used to be in the stream chat that are no longer here and are no longer breathing. Okay, stay safe, jump, do a little bit of exercise, do what you need to do. Kyle, I don't even play Fortnite and I knew it was a player. So you're better than me, sir. Is that what you're saying? Why don't you Snapchat me how many wins you have in Fortnite? Is that none? That's what I fucking thought. That's what I thought. THOT thought you. You thought. You are thought. Okay? Underscores in between. Uruburo Snull says, I was going to provide some input, but I'm sure others have it worse than me. So I will just wish everyone fine and swell 2020 and hope the best for you all. Null, don't allow that to keep you from sharing your experience. The Discord is open. You can Snapchat me if you want, CYAEL. Again, Just because someone has it worse or someone has it better does not invalidate what you're feeling or what you've gone through. And if it's therapeutic for you to share, do so. If you feel like you may be a burden to someone or a nuisance, or that, you don't think it's that big a deal, ask people that you may want to share with prior to telling them if it would be okay for you to share. And that way, if they, are honest with you, you can know that, hey, they're definitely willing to have you confide and just share what you're going through, because we're all looking to do something that makes everybody else's day, because some of us are hollow inside, and the only thing that makes other people or makes us happy is the potential of maybe making other people happy. What am I even talking about? I want you guys to have a fantastic evening. And before I go, I guess I'll leave you with one public freak out. Oh, yeah. NYC is wild. What are you doing on the train tracks, boy? That train better not be coming. Boy. Oh my God. This is not what we expected. I thought the train was going. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Why would you do that? And another dude was on a train. Well, and there's the public freak out for you guys tonight. Have a great evening. Oh man. Oh no. You said I appreciate everyone who listens and tries to help, and I read apprentice, so I guess we're all fuck ups in a way. I didn't say it out loud, but my brain was like, I apprentice? Someone needs to be my apprentice, okay? Later. Have a great night. Like the video for me. Bye.